Hello guys, and today I want to talk about the slope of a line. Okay, so the slope is generally represented by the letter M, and it is connected to the equation of a line by the following expression. These expressions: x equal mx plus b. Okay, sometimes you might also have like this one: fx equal mx plus b. Okay, so but hold on, why not put aside for one time x and y for a moment? Let's put aside x and y, x, those variables, and then let's try to answer these simple questions. Okay, the question is, it is what it is we are talking about, and when it comes to slope. Okay, how can you represent this thing, the slope, in your daily life? How can you represent it? So to get this answer, I'm gonna bring you back, to your, you know when you're back, to the day when you were a kid, when you used to play sliding. Okay, so maybe you're still playing sliding. You will have a better understanding of that. Okay. Okay, guys, we have in front of us like four lines with different color. So let's say if I have to move upward from the ground. Okay, so I would have first touch the red line, and then the brown line, the blue line, and finally, if I keep moving, I will touch the red line. So no, this black line. Okay, so by the way, okay, so we can see they have those lines are inclined. Okay, but the red one is less inclined. So which means, let's say, let's say if you want to slide, okay, that's you, I put you here. Okay, you will, this is not so inclined, but if I put you here, okay, okay, if I put you here, you will just slide with a lot of speed. So we have different line, but some are, this one is more inclined than this one. Okay, so, and as I was explaining, starting from the ground, I touched the red first, which means if I have to start the ground, the one that is more inclined, if I have to move forward, okay, it's gonna be bigger. Okay, when I have to move, excuse me, when I have to move upward. Okay, so the value moving upward gonna be bigger for the one that is more inclined. So in fact, the slope, the indication of the slope is trying to find out, to give you a value, which line is more inclined. And to do that, generally they're gonna measure how far from the ground. Okay, how far from the one that is really far from the ground is gonna be more inclined. So the idea of the slope is to help you find out how inclined a line is. Okay, so that's why we're gonna take measure from the ground. When I'm talking the ground in mathematics, we're gonna use something like that. That's why we're gonna put this. We're gonna use something like that. Okay, and then I might put my line from here. Okay, that's gonna be my line. So if I start from here, that's gonna be for the ground. I'm gonna see how far. The idea of the slope, this give you a measure. It's a measure of how inclined. Okay, you want to find out if a line is really inclined. That's mean when my line is really inclined, I'm gonna have a slope. The m is gonna be really a great value. It's gonna be really high. Okay, so that's the idea. I'm just trying to help you understand what we talking about when we're talking about the slope, so that you understand what it is exactly. So let me let me okay, if I, let's take a look on my left and on my on my left. So you see, that's just an example. Okay, I'm playing with this one. So this is okay. Let me. Okay. This is here. It's really inclined. Okay. Okay, here not that much, not that much. But at some point, it's gonna be horizontal. So there is no inclination. So it, so here there is no inclination. So it's not, it's really horizontal. There is no inclination. That's why at this point we're gonna say M is 0. There is no M, okay? Because it's really horizontal. It's the same thing also when I reach this. This is like, we cannot talk about inclination when it is vertical. So you go straight, you're gonna fall. You see? So which means when it is vertical, so generally we say the slope is not defined. Okay, that did too extreme. Okay. So that's an example. This is different slope. Okay. Okay. So that's an idea. So when we talk about slope, it's just give you how inclined it. So example, like I told you, this is this is really inclined. Okay. Not that much, not that much. I'm gonna be, see, I'm gonna be lower. At some point, it's gonna be horizontal, and then you're not gonna have any inclination at all. Okay. Okay, guys, here we put the line in a reference. Okay, so like we told before, the slope try to give an idea how inclined is the line, and then to find out this in terms of unit, in terms of value. So we're gonna, let's say we're gonna, let's say that's our ground. Starting from the ground, we're gonna count. Let's say I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I go 5 up. So I rise. Let me call this. That's gonna be the rise. Okay. So that's the rise. That's gonna be the rise. Okay. So the rise, it's 5. Okay. After I rise 5. So from the ground. But we need to know also the value, also the rent. So understand. Let's say if I have this this same rise. Okay. Let me try to draw another line. Let's say if I got a line right here, a yellow line. You see the difference? This still, this is still, the rise is still 5, but as you can see, this is more inclined because of this running. This is less. Okay, so we have to take care also the distance in the X line. We call these run. Okay, that's the run. Okay, so in this situation, the run is 4. So we're gonna start from here. We count 1, 2, 3, 4. So rise over run. Okay, the run is 4. So understand, we consider two value. We start from here. That's the rise. We go up, but we need to consider this one too, because like I told you, I still have 5 here, but as we can see, this is more inclined. So this give me an M. So if I have to consider this line, okay, the M gonna be still, the rise gonna be 5, but understand here I'm gonna have like 1 only 2. This means the yellow line is gonna be more inclined at 5 over 2. That's gonna be like 10 10.5. But these are when I have 5 over 4. So if I have, excuse me, 5 over 4, so that's gonna give me like 1.5. You see the difference? So this gonna give me just 1.5. With that mean the yellow line, although I have the same 5, the same rise, but because of this, that's why you have to consider those two variables. You're gonna say how far it is from the, if you're going up, that's mean we call this the y value, starting from the origin of the ripple. See, if I have to count, this gives me 5, and starting from here, if I have to count, this gives me 4, and I make, I have rise over run that give me exactly the m. But I understand sometimes the rise can be negative. So I understand in this case, I can say, let's say if I have to move from A to B, so I'm gonna have going to the left and going up. That's why I'm gonna say this is gonna be like the product gonna be negative because I go to the left and I go up. So this way is gonna be a negative value, okay? Because I go to the left. You know, generally when you go to the left, the direction left is a negative value, okay? So I go to the left and I go up. So this gives me negative and the up gives me positive. I have the positive over a negative value. That's why the slope gonna be negative, as well as here also the slope gonna, because if I have to move from A to B, like I told you, I go left and I go up, okay? But the real formula to find out this, it's generally M equal, okay? You say this, if let's represent this A1 by X2, example, X2, Y2, okay? And B by X1, Y1. So to find out this, we're gonna say how I'm gonna find this. It's gonna be Y2 minus Y1, okay, over X2 minus X1. So understand when I say Y2, that's mean for this one, the B is gonna be for 0, okay? So this one, if I, and then this one, A is gonna be, so here I have 4, 0, this one gonna be 0, 5. So if I have to replace M, right, 2, it's 5, right? 5 minus Y1 is gonna be 5 minus 0 over X2. X2, I'm going, this is gonna be 0 minus X1. X1 gonna be 4 minus 4, okay? So M equal 5 over minus 4. That's why I say it's negative. So that's the formula when you need to find out the slope, you know, of a line. You got 2 points. That's the mathematical formula, okay? So you got 2 points. You call the first one X, you call this one X2, Y2, and you call this one X1, Y1, and then you do this. But it doesn't matter. I might decide to call this X2, Y2, and call this one X1, Y1. It's still gonna be, this still gonna give me the same, okay? So that's the formula to find out, you know, the slope of a line, okay? I hope you really understand what it is when we talk about the slope of a line, okay? So like I told you, this is example, you have to consider between the y value, because here the y value for the b is 0, because b here is for 0, okay? That's why this y value is 0. The y value for a here is 5, okay? So that's the way we do it. So that gives you exactly an idea when we're talking about the slope, okay? I hope you understand, and then I will do some other exercise when I will solve following problem when they're talking about slope, okay? We will make some practice for my upcoming video. See you.